welcome back to Factorio with me, JD, and as you can see we have a big light ball. It's compromise. I don't particularly like it. I think it ruins my gameplay, but it means you guys can see what the hell's happening, which I think is more important for a YouTube series. So, we're going to go with this. Now, we started automation, but it needs red science. Red science is here. We need copper, and we need iron gears. And we need, go back to the technology tree, which is T for technology. We need 10 of these. So, right click, we're now making 10. Yeah, we'll have to feed them into the machine, but one thing at a time. Now, we're just going to rob these machines of all their resources, because these guys, the fires have gone out, because they were fully stocked up. Same as, well, this guy's might not be run out of materials. Well, this one's got 61, this one's got 69. They're close. They're close. They hold 100. Being one stack. They stack into 100 for these items. Coal was 50, as you noticed. Science packs are like 200. But we're going to dump these in here. And, oh, it's so pretty now. Sorry, labs, in case you didn't notice, got upgraded for 16. They're now in super high-res graphics, and they look really, really, really pretty. In fact, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually playing at high-res, because, hey, it's early game and my GPU won't explode. Alright, we're going to expand power. Now, for one pipe of water, each one of these boilers, it'll tell us, where are we? Nope. It does tell us somewhere. Haha! It works in reverse. So, a pump, mouse over it, produces 1,200 water per second. A steam engine produces, consumes 30 per second. And we know, because this has got steam in it, this has got steam in it, this has got steam in it, that these little guys will only produce 60 steam per second. I'm sure it was written on here. Here we go. So, maximum output of a steam engine, I'm going to throw those in there, is 900 kilowatts. So, 900 kilowatts worth of power out of a steam engine uses 30 steam per second. These guys produce 3.6 megawatts worth of energy, but only have efficiency of 50%. So they only produce 1.8 kilowatts. Alright, so that straight away means 30 plus 30 steam equals this guy's only producing 60 steam per second. There's our first research done. So it's producing 60 steam per second. Alright, and we'll, simple maths, he says. It's Factorio. It starts off simple, it gets way worse. Simple maths says one pump can run 20 boilers and 40 steam engines. So I've got 5 already. 5, 5, 5. Done. I'm going to produce that many boilers, so I have the right amount. Okay, first part of research is done. That gave us access to the assembly machine and the long-handed inserter. So we want to start automating things with some assembly machines. I'm just going to make a stack of them because we're going to use them. And we're going to make some inserters, which literally move things from one square to the next. First thing I want to do, and as you can see, our power just kicked in because these guys have a, where does it say? It says here somewhere, energy consumption 0.90, and it consumes 2.9 watts. So these have an idle load on them. There we go, drain 3 kilowatts. So no matter what, they're using 3 kilowatts. When they're running, they use 90 kilowatts. So we're going to keep an eye on our power. But we need science packs, which needs copper and iron gears. Well, we need iron gears. And iron gears need iron. Oh look, we've got a heap of iron. We've got a heap of copper. We just need to get the iron gears from here into here, and then the science packs from there into there. Great. We've now got a plan. Finish that assembly machine. Handcrafting is not the way to go. It's slow and somewhat tedious and takes time. Alright, so you'll make one science pack every 5 seconds, but this has an overall crafting speed of 5. So that means it'll actually make one science pack every 10 seconds because it runs at half speed. Alright, and our science we're doing takes 10 seconds. Nope. Our new science we're doing takes 15 seconds. So, is that the next one we want? That's actually the next one we want. Logistics. Which will give us bigger and better belts. Which we haven't even got to yet. So that means that this guy's going to make one every 10. This is only going to use one every 15. So technically, we can make a whole nother lab. And we can't run 2 labs at once. But we can run 1.5. Now, you needed iron. So we're going to make an iron chest. Come on, game. We're going to make a few iron chests because we can. Iron chest here. And in the iron chest, we shall put... What? Oh, wow. That's a new tutorial. There's a couple of new tutorials in here. Alright. Iron chest, we'll put iron into this machine. This machine also needs copper. So we're going to take another inserter, pop it here, with a chest, and give it some copper. We need power to be extended, because this guy's without power. And the other lab was going to go here, with another inserter, with another power pole. So, we can run, we can't, like I said, we can't run them both full time. But we're going to run both of them half the time. And that's a good start. Okay. Next thing we really need is we keep crafting things and they use these silly green circuit things. These ones. Which needs iron and copper cable. Whoops. You're out of fuel. I forgot to get fuel whilst I was over there. Iron and copper cable. And they take a long time to craft. Well, they don't take that long. There's just a lot of them to craft. Which takes time. And time is one of the things... It's technically free in the game. There's no limit to time. But, you know, you don't want to sit here for 4 hours crafting things by hand in a game that's all about automation. Coal. How much do I have? Nope, I got none left. All the coal's gone. So, we're going to, again, automation. Going to put down a machine. I'm going to take the copper and I'm going to turn it into copper wire. And then I'm going to take another machine and I'm going to take that copper wire and I'm going to make it into green circuits, which also needs iron. So we'll have one here for output, one here for input. We'll put down a chest and fill that full of iron. Put that one there for the output. And we're good to go, except we have no power. So we need to essentially power all this up and then drag our power poles. And we do that by clicking and just holding and running the direction we want to get it back to the main power network. Now, this is slow. It's not lightning fast. It's not correct ratioed. It just runs. So we're taking out of this machine and this machine. In case either of them run out of power, run out of burnables, it's better to hedge our bets and take out of both. Thank you, research. Which is making copper cable. Problem is, we're not getting copper cable into this machine fast enough. So, let's put down a second one. Still not getting copper cable fast enough. We're still making it fast enough? Yeah, the numbers are pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna ooh, see, I'm out of inserters. Now if I handcraft one, I'm gonna go through and make a green circuit. If I steal them out of this chest, so much faster. So we now got 3 inserters going nuts, and we're pretty good now. We have the copper cable just about as fast as we can. In fact, we're now pulling it out too fast. But that's fine. That's fine. We have automated green circuits. We have automated science. So we have the very early starting blocks of research. Now, we only have access to red science at the moment. So we need to tick through and make sure whatever we choose is only red science. Military, for bigger and better guns to deal with biters. Stone walls, which require stone, which requires stone brick, which requires stone, which we don't have, which is going to be a pretty big problem. Gun turret would be handy, but we're nowhere near that because we haven't automated anything. Lights, we just fixed that, and the particular mod doesn't need power, so we're going to stick with that for the moment. Steel for a bigger, better axe. We're going to go with steel. We're going to go with steel. Now, on the topic of automating things, we want belts. Belts carry stuff around the base for us. So we want... which use... belts use iron plate and iron gear. If we go over to our intermediates products, iron gear needs iron plate. So we're going to... see, I'm out of these things again. Craft that much. And then I'm going to hold down shift and I'm going to click on the electric circuits. Basically saying, hey, every electric circuit I have, cancel it. We're still producing 33 inserters because we have had... oh, let's cancel that as well. I have 33 green circuits. If I cancel it, I can make 33 of these guys without having to manually craft the copper cable. So I'm going to put those there. And so if I have U-make gears, which will pull iron from this guy and this guy. And as you can see, it needs 2 iron every half a second. So I chose 2 furnaces, which as you can see have 100 in there. They're fully backed up. And have this guy make our transport belt. And then we can output inserter it here. And add a chest. And again, we've set up very early dirty automation. You'll make gears. This machine will steal the gears. And again, same story. I use 2 inserters. Doesn't look like we need it. No, we actually need 2 inserters here. We can't get it out of the machine fast enough. That's a pleasant change. Now... no, it's keeping up. That one little inserter's trying its hardest. Oh, yeah, it's keeping up just. Alright, so we have belts. We have you lot full of iron. These guys will now get used up, which is good. Because, you know, us walking around with all this iron in our inventory is not going to actually help with anything. I'm going to hold down control, right click on both of those to steal half the amount. You need iron to work. And you've made us a stack of green circuits. So the other thing you noticed, that a lot of these things need iron gear wheels as well. So same story, we're going to put down another assembly machine with another pair of inserters with another chest. And we're going to start... oh, that didn't work. I hold down shift. I'm going to make gear wheels. Now I can go in here and manually choose it, but any time you can save early games is time saved, and a little bit of time saved in the start means a lot of time at the end. So I'm going to shift right click on this one, shift left click on that one, which copies that assembler's orders to this assembler, or that item to that item. You can do it with inserters, chests, all sorts of different things. If I cap this chest to here by clicking the X and click, hold and drag, and then I shift right click, this one's still fine, shift left click, it's now capped as well. Really speeds up those small tedious tasks in the game. The guys at Woob are awesome, and they really do their absolute best to cut down on small annoying little tasks like that. So we're doing steel processing. Oh wow, we got an alien attack coming. I don't know where from. We could probably do with one of these. Or two of these. Or three of these. Oh wow, our pollution went far. Alright, maybe we need that military stuff a little bit faster. Okay, next thing we really need is we really need more of that stony stuff. And I'm actually going to gear myself up with some more ammo. Just in case. Oh. They came in from the north. It's so far away! Where are they? It's one little guy. Oh, really? He went through one of my machines. You did. Of course, I don't have any fuel on me. So, that machine died, which means it probably had, as these guys all have about 50 in them, it had 50 steel, 50 iron in it. It's all gone. It's disappeared into the ether with a, well, bite of teeth. Alright, so we need to advance that military research sooner rather than later. We need more stone. So this is unusual. We've got a second iron patch before we've had a single stone patch. Oh, stone is normally one of those things you find in the starting area. Either that, or some people have commented that it just blends in with the background. That's it there. No, it's not blending in at all. Okay, so around us we can see the map. You know, I can obviously see what I can see, and when we press M to go to map view, this is the edge of my sight range. Now we put down a radar. It has a separate sight range, so we can see everything in here. So we can go back and browse and see our home base and double check out. Oh, there's a rock I missed, and that sort of stuff. At the same time, the radar will ever so slowly scan new areas for us. So it will remotely find the biters and the resources and all the other important things that we're going to need throughout this game. So a couple of radars, always a good idea. I probably should have put them down earlier to keep an eye on the biters, because we do have neighbours and they do not like us or our pollution. And I just broke my iron axe. This is taking forever. Come on. Alright. Where was that drop of stone? All the way down there. That's the drop of copper. Oh, really? That's it. Okay, we need stone. So I'm going to put an assembler there, an assembler there, a miner drill, miner drill, miner drill, and a miner drill. Which has pretty much covered our little patch. In saying that, like 300 expected resources, 700 expected resources, 1.6 thousand expected, and 2.2k. It sounds like a lot. It's really not in the grand scheme of things, but it'll get us by. So we want these things, stone furnaces. Now, I now have 4 of these guys feeding straight into this machine. Problem is, it's absolutely miles away from where we are. Alright, there's got to be a better way of doing this. Alright, for the moment, let's put that back down. Let's put a power pole here and a power pole here. This will power the whole lot, but we need power from home base. So we're going to run back home, carrying our power with us from the wrong end, but that's fine. When we get there, it will hit the power network, and all those miners will kick into action. Along with the assembly machine. If we have enough power poles, which it seems we don't. You know, I'm short on wood. So we need to get out of the wooden rat race as fast as possible and get further up the tech tree into power poles that don't need wood. One, because it means we have to harvest this. And as I said, desert maps are, well, this has been my first true hardcore can't find wood anywhere desert map. Normally, you can stick with wooden power poles for far too long, to be honest. Their biggest advantage is, at the end of the day, you can burn them. They have a fuel value of 4 megajoules. Just the same as wood, which I, of course, don't have any of. No, I've already converted it. But wood has a fuel value as well, so we can always put it into the boilers and turn it into fuel and turn it into power. Now, I can't see that down there, but as far as I know, that's now producing stone furnaces for us. Because we want a heap of them, like all of them. And we want a heap of belt. And that's probably the first basic building blocks. No, we want a heap of those as well. I need the power poles. That's the last thing we need. So I need to get rid of the iron ore by putting it into a furnace and burn it off. Convert it into iron plate, which is actually useful. I need a coal when I run past. And the last thing I need is we're actually going to make a small segue, and we've researched steel processing. We're actually going to get it running. And we need... So the recipe for steel is quite a simple one. It's iron. Shit! Yep, we need a better gun. Military, please. We want the submachine gun. We have friends over here somewhere. Our pollution, as you can see, is already spreading. It's way off our sight range. Because it's desert, and desert is not terribly good at absorbing pollution, obviously. Steel here. So iron plate takes 3.5 seconds, needs 1 iron ore. Steel plate takes 7.5 seconds and needs 5 iron plate. Coincidentally, 5 times the amount of time and needs 5 iron plate. Steel is the very, very first thing we need to make a steel pickaxe. Let's stop doing that, steel pickaxe has higher damage, but more importantly, a faster mining power. So that means chopping trees. Here's a tree. Here's a real tree. Much faster. Might not seem it, but after you spend a few hours stuck deep in a forest, doing nothing but digging up trees, you'll appreciate a steel axe. So it's one of those things I recommend getting as early as possible. Alright, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to grab turrets. And actually, speaking of automating things, we're going to automate ammo, because it's iron plate equals magazines. Seems like an easy conversion for me. Sure, we need a few of them, and it means this guy can't produce steel anymore, but that's fine. The other one still can. It means these guys won't sit there and do nothing. They'll always have some sort of outputting to be done. But I'm going to call it here for this episode. We're going to set up our furnace arrays in the next episode, along with some really early defenses to stop the biters coming in our rear door, because that's just not friendly. That's just yeah, not at all friendly. Alright, thank you guys for watching. As always, hope you're enjoying this blowback to the past and early tutorial series. And as always, leave your comments, leave your thoughts, leave you saw I did something wrong, feel like just randomly abusing me today, that's all fine. Leave it down the bottom in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!